Hi guys, this is 𝘏𝘺𝘗𝘮𝘬. In this video series I will be discussing about a Git workflow and some nice cool themes which I am using for this. So yeah, I know there are many video tutorials available online. One of you guys might be thinking why this new video series is all about. Yes, it's all about my learning, and I started learning Git and Git workflow. So in this process I am making some documentation, so from that I thought of making a video series also. So this is the documentation I have written as of now, like it's a kind of 50 plus pages as of now, and it will be keep growing. And in this documentation I will be explaining about how to connect Visual Studio Code to Maya, and installing various themes like Oh-My-Posh and GitZSH Themes. These themes, how to install, and I was facing some problems at that time while installing these cool themes and all. So just I made a documentation here. Yeah, let's quickly go ahead and see this documentation. So it's a kind of roadmap for someone who want to start learning Git workflow and enjoy some nice features from the cool themes which are shared from different developers. So this is structured in such a way, like so main Git functions and relative stuff goes in the first paragraph, first chapter. So other chapters come up with installation, different things, because those I'm going to refer very rarely. So once this is the setup is done, mostly I don't need these things, but this is something I can refer to on a regular basis. My observations I will be keep updating, so that's the reason I have kept this session at the top. Yeah, it's about GitLab guide, GitLab CI/CD process, like runners, installation of the runners, and connecting those. This stuff I can be discussing a bit later. So now the next chapter is about to connect Visual Studio Code to Maya. This is where we can see that so what kind of plugins we need to install to connect Visual Studio Code to Maya and start using it for Maya. So it's a kind of external compiler. So this is something. Then auto completion for PowerShell for Visual Studio, some kind of auto prediction and auto completion at this command line helps speed up our typing speed and all. So that's what my observation. Like so I thought of initially I was typing manually, so later I found a way like to do auto completion, come up with auto completion solution. So this is something. Then Visual Studio Code related themes, I'm showing it here. Like so certain command line prompt we can have custom design, like for that we need to install Oh-My-Posh, and then we can get it those. So in this PDF I have explained that process also, certain issues I come across, how I resolved it. So certain video references also I am sharing it here. So some of the videos I think they are useful in this process, so you guys can have a look at. If you like a certain cool theme, go ahead and install those and try that. So the certain things about this cool theme is like when directory is clean, it will turn to green and different colors. Like when local Git is dirty, like so that time it will turn yellow, something like just by looking at command line you can predict some kind of status updates from this command line itself. So yeah, certain things like we do certain commands are not recognized, it will throw an error in the command line itself. So guys, have a look at these cool themes. I really loved it. Okay, so and then you can go and check it, like some kind of fonts which are used here. So yes, click on it. So go and install these net fonts. This is something needed. For getting those special symbols like Windows and all. Yeah, I hope this helps. So same thing is available online also. Like this is the page. I kept it here, like Visual Studio Code for Maya and Git. So there is a navigation control is available here. You can go and have a look at this and click on it. Connect Visual Studio Code to Maya. So auto completion. Yeah, all are available here. It is a self-explanatory, but anyhow, I am doing video series based on these things. Git Bash Themes. If you go and look at it, like yeah, certain feature links are available here. Directly you can click and go and check it. So certain themes like we can have a look at, like suppose if we want to generate time on our command line, you can go and grab this date, time, month. You can see that how to compile. You can get the date and everything here, like so if you want to compile time, you can have it. So you can just get it here. So that is something I already explained in PDF also. So yeah, what's Git? Git is a free and open source software for distributed version control. So exactly what's that? Like so distributed version control system means like every developer can have a copy of remote repository in their local drive based on the permissions available, and they can contribute on a daily basis even though they are staying away from they are working from different regions. It's a kind of like everyone can have their own copy of main repository at their local desk, and then Git allows us to have multiple branches in local repository, and then day-to-day updates, changes they can add and commit to local Git and then push to remote repository. And then we can look at certain things like how we can connect from local repository to remote repository, and various operations like finding out Git status and day-to-day committing changes and collaborating on merge related issues. A lot of things are there. In the upcoming chapters and in this video series, we will be discussing so many things. I hope this helps for someone who want to start learning Git. Hi guys, welcome back. Before creating a project, we need to create the account. For that, let us go and create one GitLab account. So you can see it here, sign in GitLab. Go and check it, like register now. So fill the details like username, email, password of your choice. Then we need to log in. After login, you can go and check our main page here. So yeah, this is the test repo we are going to create. Before that, I will delete this one. So this is the place we can go and check all the projects. So we need to go to test repo. So this is the online copy of online repository for the test repo. Same thing we can see it on in our local drive. This is the test repo, same copy here. same folder. So before jumping into creating this project and deleting, let me explain a couple of things. So I just run this thing, cmd.exe. So this is a default one. Can just restore defaults, we can use it. So I changed a couple of things in this, but it's a bit slow. So certain things are not convenient here, like if we go and we need to type everything, git.status. So it is saying like first it is not a repository. So we can see that not a Git repository or any of parent directories. So we don't know by just looking at this command prompt, we don't know that like whether repository is created for this. So for that we need to use the command git init. Okay. So before initializing Git, we need to download and install the Git. We can go over here. So install Git. We can search for install Git, and we can go to git-scm here. So this is the version which I have downloaded in this case. So for that we can go and check it here. So we can see that version exists, as I already installed it here. So before initializing Git here, we need to go to this path on the command line. Now we are at a Git init. So Git initialize it. So in this case we can see that master, we can't see it here because the Git is local repository of the Git doesn't exist here. Once we initiated here, we can see that. Now we can see master file at Git init. So once it is initiated, we can start creating any files just like anything. So we can see that now it is initialized. So to start using this globally, we need to set a couple of things. In this case, I already set it up, so we can check it once. Git config global user.email. Normally we can go and set it like subdo add @gmail.com. Since I already set it up this information, you can just query the same. You can see that when we query the same. Similarly, we have to set up username also. Can go and query user.name, so we add here in this case. So that's how it is going. We can try this way also, like git config. Can go and check it config global. We can, if you want to edit, you can go and check it like. It will open in Visual Studio. So we can go and edit this config file here. So this is the configuration settings, user core, some settings related to how Git interpreter can work here. So, and we can see another one. This is the project. We can see it at Git G80. So local repository when it's created, we can find normally this folder will be hidden .g80. So in this case, if I go and run this one, like first let me try it out. CMD, let me run here also. So here also we can see that there is no many details here, like just by looking at command prompt like h colon GitLab, I can't find out like whether it is a Git is created here, is it a repository or not. Okay, so if I go and each letter I have to type it manually. So in this case I can get to know. So yeah, this is something like I can get some because it is already repository, it is returning like on branch master and everything. So now if I go and use Git Bash, I did a bit customization here. So let me go over here. So here I can see a master, right? So it is a master. When we can see master here, we can say that it is already a Git repository. Now Git status, if I type it, so I can see it here. Same Git Bash, if I open from this non-Git repo, sorry, it's not at repository, Git repository. So we can go and run Git Bash here. We can see that command prompt will appear as it is, but we can't see master here, right? So yeah, that's it. Now we can go and click it here. Before that, we can see it like a test repo is here. We can go and to delete this project test repo, we need to go to settings, general, and we need to go advanced. So here we can see that we can change path and we can delete this project also. We just delete it. Okay. So for that we need to copy and type it manually. So this is something like we are doing. We are deleting this project consciously. Okay, we just now deleted this project. We can't see the folder here like a test repo. And we can come over here, still it is available in local drive. So we can go and delete this also. Okay. Okay, that's it guys. That is about deleting the project. Now we can go and create a new project. Either we can create new project from here, or we can go and create new project or repository. So either we can import some other project and create from a template. In this case, we are going to create a new blank project. Okay. So we need to give the project name here, test underscore repo. Sorry, we can see it here. Link name, it is already getting created from this one, repo. So under which group we want to create. In this case, I want to create it under this user. Okay. So I want to make it public so that others can access. I can even clone it. So just create project. Okay, that's it. So initialize README also. It will create one README file within that. So if we go and click on it, we can see that some help command, certain things will be there in that one. Now what we can do, we need same copy of this one in the local drive. Here I can say like there is no test repo. Okay. So for that there are a couple of ways I can do it. First I need to create so this is here like so either this time I am using Windows terminal, latest one. So same terminal can be accessed from here like opening terminal. So command prompt will directly come over here. So just like this, just like how the Git Bash is. In this case I am using Windows terminal. Okay. So now I'm in GitLab, so we can check this pwd present working directory. So I can see that GitLab. So now I want to clone it. There are a couple of ways. Like first we need to go to this project. Go to test repo, and we can see over here like a clone. Either we can use a clone with the SSH key, or a clone with a HTTPS link, or since I am using Visual Studio in this case, I can directly use the Visual Studio code also. It will just clone this project to my local drive. So first let me try clone with the HTTPS. So let me clear the screen. I can just right click so that it will come over here. So with yeah, just try it out. So since it is a public project, I made it public. I am able to just clone it the moment I created it. So now we can go there and see it like test repo is created, and there is a readme file also. This is one way. The another way is like I can just delete this one more time. Okay, now it's deleted. I can go over here one more time, clone, and this time I am trying with Visual Studio Code. Just click on it, so it will do the job. So there is no need to type. So certain things are automated. I mean, certain things we can do it just by using a GUI version of Visual Studio Code. I think it's taking a little time. So it's coming over here. I can go and click on GitLab, select a repository location. That's it. It will create the folder there. It will clone it, and we can go over here and see that test repo. It's created. So yeah, that's it, guys. It's about how to create our first test project, test repository, and then we have already seen how to delete it. So be careful, like while deleting. Anyhow, you might be having one copy of it locally, but always take care while deleting some stuff. Yeah, take a double precaution. Next, we will go and create some small files and see how to add, commit, and push to the remote server, remote repository. And yeah, we can see few things in the next session. Okay guys, now we'll check it. We'll try adding a couple of files and we'll see how to use git add command here. So present working directory, we are in GitLab. Now let's check. Now we can see auto completion is going on. Previous commands whatever we are using, they will come here. Like for example status, right arrow if I press it, if it comes auto completion is done. So that's a bit faster, we can do command line coding. So same thing if we can try it over on regular command prompt, git let me check it. We need to type everything. So in this case it's not recognized. So this is in different project. So now we can get. So if we go and check it, we need to type everything manually. This is Linux environment in Windows. So okay, let's come back to our Windows terminal and let's try. So in Git status, we can see that current master branch is has some updates. It's like some changes are now staged for committing. So this is one thing. Like recently I did test repo. It is showing up here now. Now let's go and let's go to test repo project. Auto completion, we can see it over here once again, and we can try git status one more time, and we can see that this branch is up to date with remote branch, which is origin. What we can do, we will be adding a couple of files now for testing this test repo branch. So yeah, so normally in this series mostly I will be using some file operations like echo to create a file and add some text to it. Cat command is like to read the file, so it print out the content of the file on the command line on the console itself. So start is something like to open that particular text file or anything with the native software, whatever it is installed. In this case, let it be Notepad. We'll try this. First we will echo some folder here. So yeah, last time I tried, it is doing auto completion here. We can see that. I'm quickly creating new .txt file in this case. So it is going to create a new .txt file, and in this case I'm not appending. This time I'm going to create one arrow to create, double arrow to append the text. So I'm going to create a file here. So first we'll go here and see that there is no that kind of file here. So you just let me enter. So we can see it. This has created the file, and we can see, open and see it, like that particular text is come over here. Yes, we can see it here. Now same thing we can read that also. So what it does, the contents of the that particular file will be printed over here. We can see that. Yeah, hi, how are you? Now we can try start command. We can see that it opens in .txt format. So in this case WordPad, it opened here. So these three commands I might be using for testing various our Git commands. So now we have created one file. Now we'll check it git status one more time. So in this case we can see that in this particular folder new.txt created, it is untracked file. Untracked file means it is not at indexed, so it's not at added. Git is not tracking this particular file. So yeah, particularly if we add any content to it, we remove it or anything, Git is not going to track it, right? So once we use the add command and add this file, then only Git started tracking this file, any changes which are happening to this particular file. Okay. There are two ways we can add the files. One is like git add with the file name, and the second thing is like git add star. Okay. Now I am going to add git add. So star, it is already appearing. No, in this case auto completion. I am trying out once again. So now this is added to Git repository indexing system. Now Git status we will see changes to be committed. So now it is in staging area, like indexing is started. Git started tracking this file. So this particular file need to be committed. It's not yet committed. We can see that. Okay. Here also we can see that one plus button, like one file is to be added to for a plus symbol. It is showing up like one file we are supposed to commit. Okay. Now what I am doing, so okay, let me add one more file, like so this time I'm just adding the second file I am adding. So with the same name, we can see it over here, like a second file it's already created. And now we can see Git status. So here we can see like changes to be committed and untracked file is one more thing. And I will be doing one more thing, like so this time I'm appending one more, so I am appending one more line here, like okay, hi, how are you? I can say like I am good. So this time double arrow means it is appending this text at the end of this file. So I can go over here, I can see that this is this one more line added to this file. Now I can see it over here. Now let us go and check status. So modified one file, and one file needs to be committed. One changes happen to this file, changes not staged for commit, and one untracked file also. Okay. So first let me add. Okay, git add. So this new, this time I'm just committing. Added new text file. Okay, I'm committing this. Okay, right? So we can see that one file added to Git local repository, but it is still not yet pushed to remote repository. We can go and check the status one more time. Now in this case only second file is left with modified changes, and first one including everything we have already added. Now I'm just creating one more file. I'm adding third file. Okay, I'm just creating third file. We can see it over here. Now we can check Git status here. So in this case we can see untracked files, second file and third file. So normally what I am doing, git.add, I am trying this way, each file I am adding. So there is another way, like we don't need to add every file over here. We can use a star mark, just enter, and it will add all the untracked files to indexing. Okay. Now we can go and check the status. So now we can see that changes to be committed, both the files are there. Now we can go and see like git commit. In this case added multiple files. So always we need to try use like a past sentence here. So it's because once we try checking the log files, that time we can see like So this action is already completed. Instead of using present tense, it's always advised to use past tense in this case. Okay. So in this case, A means all the files, M for modified files also. All the files and modified and untracked, everything will be committed at a time. So changes to be committed. In this case, 2 files are there. I can just go ahead and see it. Okay, done. We can see that these 2 files are added. 2 files changed. One we didn't insert anything in this case. So any line we didn't insert. Any deletion we didn't make to existing lines. Okay. So deletions is like suppose if I go new file. If I remove this particular file and saved it, okay, I saved it, okay. So one line I deleted, right? So if I go and check the status one more time, now I can see that this file is modified. Changes not staged for commit. So there is one file with the changes, like we can see over here, like yes, edited symbol also we can see it here. One edited symbol we are going to see it here, and then okay, now let me commit one more file, added a second and third file with one line deletion, not second and third file, new file, okay. In this case, added sorry, in this case updated I can say updated new.txt with one line deletion, okay. So yes, one file changed, 0 insertions, 0 deletions, okay. Now if we go and check Git status, you can see nothing to commit, working tree is clean. So this up arrow 3, it is showing like 3 files are there to be pushed to Git repository. There is no edit symbol here, so that's how this customized command prompt always gives some idea, like some kind of status we can see just by looking at this command line, okay. That's it, guys. This is regarding Git add and Git commit. Now we can look at other things, okay, fine.